Hey guys, Sunday here, continuing coverage of the WCG 2009 Korea National Championship. And today I'm going to bring you a matchup actually between Free and Hiya. So two mediocre players battling it out to try to become into round two, try to go into round two. And then they play Bisu in round two and let Bisu be their bad news bear. But really, this is going to be a decent matchup. I think pretty evenly matched to say the least. And as you see, we have Best on the left. I mean, not Best, sorry. Free on the left as the Protoss player and Hiya on the right as the Terran player. And they're actually laughing pretty hard. Someone must have told a good Korean joke. But anyways, enough about that. This is going to be a game. First game is going to be played on Heartbreak Ridge. Second game is going to be played on Outsider. And the third game is going to be played on Destination if needed here. But really, I don't know. Both of these players are players that they can beat. I don't know. Hiya's really never been anything. He's been all right. He shows some potential, but really he is a player I don't feel can beat anyone of any class. He only can beat the newcomers, the newbies on the street. Really, like he never can beat like the Flash or the Jingbi or the Stork or the Jaedong, you know. And really, he can't even beat like top mediocre players, like a Best player or something. Although some would argue with me, but Best hasn't been playing the greatest StarCraft right now. And for Free, he used to be a dragon, but now I think he's lucky to be called a lizard. I mean, really, he has not been playing to his. I don't think to his complete potential at all. I mean, really. Just a player that has struggled recently, and again, isn't a player that can beat the top players. Only can beat mediocre, maybe, you know, decent players, but never can beat those top players here. We do have Free spawning on the right as the blue Protoss at the 3 o'clock position, and then we have Hiya spawning at the 9 o'clock position as the purple Terran here. And as I said, Heartbreak Ridge is a pretty good map for PvT, I'd have to say. It's one thing to note about this map for PvT is that Terran, it takes a while to get across the map here. It is a two-person map. Yes, you know where your opponent is, but the distance actually takes a long time, and because you don't go straight, you have to arc around the little circle thing in the middle, though. So I mean, it can make for a while for a push, but getting flanked later game can be kind of scary. We do see that scouting probe going out before the pylon. I'm looking on the mini map. Oh, he's actually going to put the pylon outside the choke. That's a little different here. The only reason I could think he'd be doing this is for either a fast expansion A or a B if he wants to try to put some early pressure on with the goons that they could be that much closer. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen this actually. Probably I would think a fast expansion. Maybe we're going to see in a moment if he chooses to do the 12 Nexus or not. We do have Hiya scouting SCV coming after that depot here. Going to try to scout for all. Basically, he's going to scout everywhere that cheese is a common, or that cheese is common. Wow, I can't talk. That cheese is a common place to do. He's gonna go around, check outside his expansion, check in the middle, check up the choke, check everywhere he possibly can, and then now we have the racks going down here. But he's gonna be able to send the scouting SCV out pretty early. We haven't seen any sign of the gateway from the observers, so I'm assuming a 12 Nexus here. We do see the scouting, another probe going out, and I think this will be a Nexus here, and it looks like it's gonna be a Nexus. So we're actually gonna see a 12 Nexus from our friend Free here. And this is going to be, it's a little ballsy actually, as Cara would say. It's an economic cheese. You're either going to, you take a gamble here, and it's either going to pay off or it's not. Early pressure from Terran can be a pretty scary thing, but on a map like this, the distance is pretty great in the middle from starting position to starting position here. So this could work out into Free's hands here, but I don't know. It depends exactly how Hiya wants to respawn here. Some early Marines could possibly do some damage, but I think the best counter to this is just going with the early expansion here. Go ahead and get your fact and go ahead and take that expansion a lot earlier than normal and force the Protoss player, force it back on his play here, because if you can go ahead and get your expansion started fairly quickly. He is doing the 1 SCV on gas, so it looks like we are going to see just the 1 fact into Expo play from Hiya. A pretty standard counter to this, but he's going to have to do something. Early Marines possibly could get some probe kills. That gateway is only now warping in, and now he's going to go ahead and start the core, and now he's probably going to go ahead and scout fairly soon if he hasn't already. Sorry, I forgot to notice that there's scouting probe. We do have the Marine coming. Oh yeah, we do have the scouting probe in here. We do have the Marine coming out, and it's going to be able to put a little pressure on. But Marines are pretty weak, and you have to really focus on micro to even take out probes. And I mean, really, Marines are like the weakest units. If they were actually the Marines that we used for the U.S. Marines, we would be so screwed, guys. I mean, really, we'd lose to like a group of 10 kids. Like, our Marines can't can't beat a group of like 10 little children, let alone beat their other, beat the other team's Marines or anything. I mean, we'd be screwed. But we do have the Marine coming in. It's going to be able to possibly get a probe killer too. A couple probes coming out to kill it. Let's see how if he even gets one. He's actually coming in, getting a hit or two, and then microing it back. So nice job by Free right now to micro these. And he actually picks off the Marine. 2 probes is stronger than the Marine here. And Hiya is going to lose that and not be able to do any economic damage. And he is going Zealot first with the second gate. And that's a proper way to do that for you newbies out there. Just kidding, but I'm a newbie anyways. For you Ds out there, or even you low-level players even. When you go 12 Nexus, as you can see, Free's doing it. When you go 12 Nexus, you go 1 gate core, and then you go ahead and get your second gate relatively soon. So you're basically going 12 Nexus into 2-gate play, 2-gate goon, so to speak. But that's what you have to do. You can't really go 12 Nexus into 1-gate tech. You just won't have the units, and you're going to get overwhelmed. And we do have the fast command center coming down here, and these goons are going to be able to deny this Vulture as well. So Free 1 step ahead. It looks like this 12 Nexus for the moment is going to be well worth it. The scouting SCV is still alive, but what can the scouting SCV really see? It's a pretty standard way to play this out, and so there's not too much of a surprise here, I'd have to say. This Vulture does sneak in the main, though. It's going to be able to get a probe kill or two, and he is going to go ahead and wall off the supply depot to slow down reinforcements to that goon, I believe. His front door might be a little vulnerable, and that's what Free is going after. I think that's what he is doing. We could possibly see some more defense go down there because the tank's going to be a little late. That supply depot is going to slow down the goon, so nice move by Hiya. It looks like he's going to build a bunker here, but Free's going to be able to come in and look like pick off this SCV. For the moment, it looks like Free's going to be able to do a little bit of damage. Hiya's a little vulnerable here. And so we have a couple Marines out, but as soon as that bunker gets in and the expansion's running, there's nothing Free's going to be able to do here. And a couple more goons coming. He's going to have a second when that range does upgrade. I think he was researching it. When that range is upgrading, then he's going to be able to put a little bit of pressure